This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium short take. This Infinium short take is entitled The Many Ramifications of the Undefeated Wall. My MGTOW brothers, the other day I was watching an MSN Babel stream segment about the actress Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox is best known for her acting in the TV series Friends, as well as her acting in the Scream movies, Scream 1, 2, 3, whatever. But in this segment, Cox is talking about how she needed to lay off cosmetic procedures because she realized that she was beginning to look strange. Which my reaction was, no babe, you're finding out that the wall is undefeated. My brothers, in just pondering on what happened to Cox, it is obvious that women in general can accept that the wall will affect them in some way or another. Yes, it is true there are rare cases where women seem to bypass the wall in terms of beauty, but nevertheless, the wall is undefeated. This is because even when women seem to bypass the wall in terms of their physical beauty, there are certain female biological capabilities where the wall cannot be easily bypassed. So basically, for instance, a woman can look physically beautiful going up into her 50s and 60s, but she loses the capability to bear children. My brothers, what women also fail to understand is that the ramifications of the undefeated wall can manifest themselves in many other ways. There is the ramification of no longer being accepted at pre-wall values. Many women, like Cox, demand to be considered and respected at their pre-wall values when they are post-wall. In reality, these women post-wall are of less value for a variety of reasons, ranging from decreased SMV to the amount of baggage that comes with their packages. There is the ramification of what happens to women hitting the wall while at the same time getting thrown off of the CC. At that point, women fully expect as well as demand that good men come into their lives and clean up their messes, only to find out, to their horror, that good men don't want anything to do with them anymore. There is the ramification of reaping what you sow, or karma. Many women pre-wall feel that they can get away with anything and everything. This attitude is further emboldened by the ideology of womanism, which gives women a you can't touch this attitude. The only thing is, women can be touched and they can be brought down. For instance, let's look at Brittany Renner and Wendy Williams. Brittany Renner is best known for her going around and targeting men, and for her it's stepdaddy season type of thing. But now her life seems to be on a implosion road. Basically, she's shopping herself around, trying to clean up her act, so to speak. But it's all for naught because of, again, the reap what you sow, or the karma effect of the ramification of the wall. Going further into Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams basically went from being a famous talk show host who really skewered a lot of people, talked dirt about a lot of people, men as well as women, only to find herself now being booted off of her show and in a state of, like Renner, of implosion. So my brothers, what I'm saying basically again is that these women pre-wall, they feel that they can say anything, do anything, have all types of behavior, bad behavior, without any consequences. But when they get to the wall and get to the ramifications of the wall, they find that they're in a state of implosion, that they can't get the affection of the people anymore. People won't go around them. Men won't go around them anymore. And most of all, there is a sense of indifference coming mainly from men towards these women. And it is not just Brittany Renner and Wendy Williams. It is a lot of women who are facing this. They're facing the indifference of men because of the freedom that the MGTOW philosophy affords these men. They are saying that they don't have to be what these women want them to be, and that's slaves. But moving on, there's a ramification of loss of power. Again, because of the emboldenment of womanism, women pre-wall who are in positions of power are finding post-wall that their power has now been diminished, or it is totally gone. And let's look at Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg, again, was another one of those women who basically, because of the view that she's on, she was spouting all these statements, anything from the things about the COOF to about racial injustice, all these things, Black Lives Matter, all these things. But because of a statement that she made earlier this year, she found that even in a feminist-controlled media segment, or sector, I should say, you can be pulled back by your overlords, and you can be shown that your power that you thought that you had, or the amount of power that you thought that you had, is not so. Or there was this female gamer, Japanese gamer, and forgive me if I'm butchering her name. Her name is Tanaka, and she makes this statement about short men do not have human rights. And she's thinking all along that nothing will happen to her, nothing will be done. But again, the ramifications of the wall, which again can be pre or post, took effect. And this gamer is now banned. Again, because she's finding out that there are limitations to her power. And indeed, her power and her understanding of her power was greatly mistaken, because it is now gone. She is banned out of the gaming sector, I believe, in Japan. Finally, there is the overall ramification that affects even we MGTOW men. This is the deepening sense of outrage against the MGTOW philosophy that women pre-post-wall now have. This is because the MGTOW philosophy only adds to the defeat of the wall pre-post by showing men that they can exist successfully without being in relationship to women. As a consequence of this revelation, there is the ramification of MGTOW men, as well as the philosophy itself, being shamed and condemned in every way possible. But as womanists have found out, it is virtually impossible to produce logical reasons for shaming a philosophy which provides peace, validation, and most of all, freedom to men. Although there are a few men who have been turned away from the philosophy, from the MGTOW philosophy, because of the shaming and the types of condemnation that comes from the SPS, their numbers are far outpaced by the numbers of men who have become more resolved in the adoption of the philosophy, due again to the condemnation and shaming by the FPS. My brothers, as you can see, there are many ramifications, pre and post, that women face in terms of the wall. But my brothers, it is still no reason for you to give up your freedom as a MGTOW man. In fact, it is more the reason to daily embrace the MGTOW philosophy. This is because, again, with all the ramifications that women face with the wall, there is still no concerted effort to recognize we men as what we should be, as men. Not resources, not go-tos when the carousel kicks these women off and they find themselves needing a good man as a go-to for good men to sweep in, white night wise, to clean up their messes and pay their bills, for good men to do the stepdaddy thing. There is no reason to do it. There is no reason, because of laws not being changed in terms of men being divorced, raped unfairly, even to a man just smiling at a woman and casually saying good morning to her, and then he's finding himself in jail on account of a false rape charge. My brothers, again, it is all the more reason why you should embrace the MGTOW philosophy on a daily basis. No matter what type of shaming is thrown at you, no matter what type of criticism is posed at you, go your way in freedom and in peace. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium Short Take. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.